Man, it's like, man.
What's going on, folks? It's your boy Steve-O got me rolling.
Big Cliff.
Adrian. We in Southeast on Mouthpiece. But this is a special episode, Car Dogs. This is about the car industry, car sales in general. We want to talk about a few things. So let's get into it. So, how'd you get into the car business, guys?
So this is the guy you currently work for, Ryan Martin.
Okay.
I worked at Fuego for him. He owned a club called Fuego. Southeast. If you're from the Southeast, you know about Fuego. OG Films was showing me some pictures of Fuego the other day. But either way, I was in the plants and I was doing the Fuego shit on the side, promotion and security and all that shit on the side. And one day a plant blew up and I was like, man, I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna end up dying. I'm already the slowest one here. I'm fucking 400 pounds in the plants. I gotta.
What were you doing in the plants? What was your position?
Scaffolding, insulation, metalwork, painting. I did all the bullshit, the shit that no one wants to do. Nothing exciting. But basically, I called Ryan. I was like, bro, give me a job. I thought he was gonna make me wash cars, right? So I show up to my first day in shorts and a t-shirt and some sweatpants and some like sweatpants underneath. It was like winter time when I started.
Yeah.
It's like 2017, something like that, 2016. And I show up and he's like, what the fuck are you wearing? And I was like, man, I'm ready to wash some cars, you know what I'm saying? He said, bro, you're about to sell cars. Go home and change. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, why would I put you washing cars when you're my number one promoter and half the city already knows who you are, like just from the club business? Like I'm gonna show you how to use that to your advantage. And he sure did, bro. Ever since then, I've been
He's a great businessman.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
motherfuckers.
How'd you get into
He's
the
an
car
asshole, but he's definitely a great
Well,
businessman.
no, I was like two of the hardest in the city or in the state right now, so yeah, that's
Yeah.
hard. So I got in the car business. I was working at the same job for like 6 years when I got out of high school. I got to college and then like that. So I was working for a beer company. And then like holidays would come around, Christmas, like my stepmom, my dad's birthday, shit like that. And obviously, come through a little gift card or whatever I could, for the car business. I was making like, $4 or $5 grand a month. And then my older brother would just kind of pull up, like flexing, not really trying to flex, but buying like my stepmom like Gucci shades and different shit like that. And I'm like,
shout out TJ, even though he deleted me off everything.
I'm like,
I got into it a few times, man.
I'm like, bro, like how you get mom like this type of perfume and designer bags, shit like that. And he's like, he said, man, car business, bro. I've been telling you that. And so he's like, man, come sell cars with me. And I'm like, man, I've been at my job for 6 years, bro. I got secure income. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, the car business commission, nothing's guaranteed, right?
It's a grind.
So he's like, man, I asked him how much he made. He's like, man, I made a little over 20,000. Last month I made like 21,000. And I was like, I ain't made no fucking 21,000 in a month. And I was like,
that's not even good money no more.
It's just like, and this is 2020. You know what I mean? You make 20 bands in a month in 2020. It's crazy.
No, I'm telling you,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's just like Wolf of Wall Street, the line with Jonah Hill and Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm like, bro, you showed me you made over 20,000 last month. I'll quit my job. I've been at that bitch 6 years. And he's like, all right, yeah, I'll show it to you, whatever. Show me his little bank statements and shit, his deposits. And I was like,
Yeah.
that's Ron Carter Hyundai. And I was like, fuck it, gotta quit my job, bro. Been at this company for 6 years. Next day, quit. I didn't even really have car sales dress clothes, you know what I'm saying? Because when I first went to Ron Carter Hyundai, I thought car salesman, we just wore the little company polo shirt, pants. So I went over there and like everybody had a suit on, and I was like, bro, it was like 50 salesmen, and I'm like, the fuck, why everybody wearing a suit on? Like, why everybody got a suit? We just sell cars. And then my homeboy Ryan, he's like, shit, you about to see, we getting paper over here. My brother got me the job. He was busy with his own clientele, didn't really, he showed me some of the ropes, right? But shit, I kind of just figured it out. You know what I'm saying? And I kept it rolling after that. Yeah,
that's how we do it. We just figure it out.
That's how I got into the car business, though. My older brother's making some bread.
How'd you get into car business?
So how I got into the car business, man, I'm actually 5th generation in the industry.
The Hewitts hold a big name in the car business.
Yeah, so my last name actually carries really heavy weight in this industry. For the followers that don't know, Steve-O got me rolling. It didn't just happen overnight. Actually, I feel like this is in my blood. My dad's dad, my grandfather, great grandfather, everybody does it. My uncles, my cousins, literally everybody in my family's in the car business. Am I lying?
Nah. Straight up, yeah.
They're all
the car
monsters.
business. They're all cold.
Yeah.
They're all monsters.
So growing up, actually, I was with my parents were together up until I was like 7 or 8 years old. And then, you know, they ended up falling off and we ended up moving. So my mom, we didn't have a lot growing up because my mom was a single mother raising 3 kids, you know, making next to nothing. So she was even riding her bike every day, you know, going to work, bro.
Yeah.
We didn't have shit. We grew up in apartments. So anyway, long story short, I was in the streets, you know, getting into trouble because, you know, my parents split up and I had nothing else to do but to be a knucklehead. So I ended up going to jail a few times, and I always knew in the back of my mind, I'm like, hold on, all my uncles, they're all hardheads, they're all in and out of jail, all got into some trouble, but they're all successful now. They're in the car business.
Yeah.
And that's one thing they all had in common is they started off, you know, in the streets, you know, getting into some trouble, and then they ended up changing their life by getting into the car business. So, long story short, I turned 18 years old. I had a daughter, and man, I changed my life after that, bro. Got into the car business, never looked back. Actually, though, I got a funny story. Before I got into the car business, I actually went to school for welding, and I was also a trash man. So there was a crazy ass. So look, I'm on the back of this trash truck, bro. I'll never forget this day. It's like fucking 50 degrees outside. My fingertips are almost frozen to the brim, holding on to this damn cold ass trash truck, right? And you gotta understand, when you're a trash man, bro, you gotta run by the trash truck the entire time and pick up the trash and throw it in there. And you're running all day nonstop. So look, I pick up this trash bag, bro, and I grab this trash bag and I throw it in the hopper. That's what they called it. And I close this fucking thing. So they always used to say, don't stand behind the hopper. And I never understood why, but I was tired than a bitch. And I'm like, bro, I'm not about to hop back on that bitch and then go to the next spot. I'm just going to walk. So I'm over here. I throw the trash in the hopper and I close it. Next thing you know, it closes and it's full of fucking diapers, bro. So shit flies all in my face. So check this out, true story.
I'm gonna quit right there.
Bro, I'm making $100 a day, not even minimum wage. $100 a day to work 12 hours. They had us making less than the minimum wage for like slavery, bro. Anyway, I hop back on the hopper, bro. It's cold, raining. I'm over here. I start crying, bro. No bullshit. I start crying. I'm like, bro, I cannot do this. Because, so, the reason why I was doing that at that time, when I was 18, and my baby mom at the time did not want me in the car business for whatever fucking reason. My mom, like, put it in her head that a bunch of, you know, car salesmen are degenerates and all this and that. Yeah. So anyway, I was trying something else. And then I was like, fuck that. I'm going to go sell cars. So anyway, 2 weeks into the car business, I made 13 grand. I came home, I threw it on the dining room table, and I told her and her parents, go suck a dick. I'm going to the car business. After that, I didn't look back.
So,
and then, boom.
So when did you decide the car business was for you?
Man, that moment right there that I just described, actually, whenever I got into the car business at Cowboy Kia in Conroe, Texas, bro, and I didn't have no knowledge of the shit. I was always a hustler, right? I was like buying and selling shit. Actually, I was like buying auctions, like storage units that went into auction when I was like 16, 17. With, you know, little bit of money I was making selling Reggie and shit. And then I would go sell that shit on Marketplace. So I was always good. Yeah.
What's Reggie?
When I was younger, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I was good at like kind of hustling or whatever. So I knew like, man, if I just like take these cars, I put them on Marketplace, 5 miles, offer up Craigslist or whatever. I actually started doing that before, you know, social media. So anyway, I started doing that, bro, and I'm all the way out here in Conroe, Texas, bro. And this is 2015 Conroe, so it wasn't even like
people do not go buy cars from Conroe.
People don't buy cars in Conroe. Yeah. So anyway, it's out in the middle of nowhere.
If you're making it in Conroe, you gotta be doing something right.
So month 1, I sold 20 cars. No bullshit. Month 1.
Damn.
Month 2, 22, 23, and then after that, for some reason, something happened there. We ended up leaving the store. And I wasn't working in the car business for a while, but I got back into the car business. I wasn't selling as much for like a year, 2 years straight. I guess I didn't have the hustle at the time, but...
Well, when did you finally realize, hey, the car business is for me?
Yeah.
So you got to think, when I came into the car business, I've been in the same job for 6 years. Bro, I probably was making like, realistic, maybe like $5,500, $5,800 a month when I left that job. Maybe
my
close
bills,
to $6,000.
My bills are more than that.
Right, bro? And so now, obviously, you get to the point, because obviously we've been in commission for a long time. You start realizing, man, like that type of money is, it's you're poor. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to make it. Bro, so I was with my baby mama at the time. I got one baby mama. You know, we were together, and we had food stamps. And because you got to think, if you're making $6,000 before taxes.
Boy, I miss those food stamps.
Oh yeah,
You got them for sale.
I wish we had them now.
You got them for sale. Let me know.
But you know, when you're making $6,000 before taxes, bro, after taxes at 29%, you're making fucking what, 30, less than $4,000. You know what I mean? So by the time we paid all of our bills and shit, went to go enjoy ourselves, right? Really wasn't no money left over. And but we had our food stamps. I think she was getting like $800-900 a month, but it was a big play for us. It helped out a lot. And then coincidentally, somehow, I don't know what happened with the SNAP, the government, all that shit. I started the car business, and they had like just cut her food stamps off. Like we weren't able to get them anymore. So it was like, damn, and we needed those when I was at that job, right, making like $6,000 a month. My first week in the car business, I'll be real, bro, I didn't sell shit. Like my older brother got me the job, but it was kind of like, hey, bro, I'm busy as fuck.
Swim.
Got you the job.
Yeah, you threw it to the wolves. Yeah.
I'm sitting there. It's probably like day 8 or 9. My boy Ryan Bernard, he's a manager up there at Fort Katy now.
Shout out Ryan.
He seen me kind of just sitting there, you know what I'm saying, just like minding my own business, and I'm sitting there I'm like, man, I don't even know if this shit's for me, dog. Straight up. He comes up to me and he's like, hey, fam, like, you look like a solid cat, yada yada. You TJ's little brother. He's like, hey, rock with me for a few days, and I'm gonna let you know when you're straight. You know what I mean? Go make some paper. I was like, all right. So he took me under his wing. The next 2 days, he was like, hey, like, you got this shit. It's probably like 10 days I'm in the car business, fam. I ain't made $1 yet. So you got it. So shit, I go and I grab my first customer. I sell him. Then I made like $1,200, right? First party, and I'm like, damn, bro, I made $1,200
in an hour.
And one handshake.
I was able to make that work, right?
Yeah.
Mind you, fam, we don't work on Sundays. It's already like the 10th or 11th of that month, my first month in the car business. So I probably got maybe 17, 18 real working days. Ryan Bernard, everybody was getting their checks at the end of the month. And he was like, how much money you end up making? Bro, I made like 12.5, over 12 grand. But it's like in a 17, 18 working days. And he was like, hey fam, like, we finna take you out to Perry's, yada yada, for a drink, whatever. So we all went out after that. But it was just like, damn, bro, I made a little less than 13 racks in like less than 20 days. I ain't never made no bread like that. And from there, it was like, I was never going back to a 9 to 5. That's what it does to your mentality, you know what I'm saying?
I got a similar, like, that's kind of similar to me, like, man. So my parents, my dad didn't always have bread, but at the end, when me growing up, he started making the right decisions, getting bread. But I was rebellious. I was stuck into how we grew up, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to listen to shit my dad said. Don't do that. I regret it. But man, me and my girl, we had 2 kids. We were living in a fucking efficiency apartment with like 3 other people and our kids. Yeah. And I was driving a beat up ass truck, and we were struggling. The lights kept getting cut off, and I'm just like, man. So when I first, I was working in plants, and it wasn't bad money, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't good money either. I was doing shitty work. Like, scaffold builders don't get paid shit. I don't care what they say. They don't get paid nothing. But my first real check in the car business was my first month. I sold 17.5 cars with Ryan. I made like 18. I made more than $1,000 a car. Damn. Because Ryan knows how to make some bread.
Yeah, Ryan, and he pays.
So
he pays all.
So that right there is like, I'm like, yeah, bro, this is not. I got hooked. Like, it's not happening. Else? Yeah.
Like, it's like what it does to your mentality, right? Because someone can sit there and tell me, like, you know, we've been commissioned for a while. Obviously, you know, we've made car deals. We make $1,000, expensive car, $2,000, $2,500. So when someone like an hourly guy, it doesn't have to necessarily be the plants, but they're like, oh yeah, shit, I make 40 an hour. You know, people big dick like that. I'm sure you have customers. Yeah. Oh yeah, I make $40 an hour. Bro, the way my mind works, I do 40 times 40. That's $1,600 a week after taxes. You make about $1,000 a week. Bro. Like, it ain't.
And then you know what I love about the car business? There's no ceiling on it.
Yeah.
There's no ceiling on this shit. You make as much as you want to make. Yeah. You just gotta wake up every day and just say, I'm gonna work. Because at the end of the day, you don't get paid hourly. So if you're sitting there and you're not, you know, on the phone, prospecting, grinding, you're sitting there with your thumb up your ass, you're not making nothing.
I'm not lying, I don't touch the phones. The internet is,
Facebook, social media, that's what I mean.
Facebook, I'm working on
social
Facebook.
media. Yeah. But you get the point.
Whether it's the desk phone,
I'm talking about a lot of these managers nowadays they're dead set on cold calls is the way to go.
Yeah.
It's not. Nah. Get your ass up, go take some pictures of these cars,
go on social media,
post them, go do a crazy skit. Like, I never believed in doing stupid skits or crazy skits until I met Steve-O, because like I would always be like against it, like I'm not finna look stupid, I'm not gonna. And then I start seeing the traction he has, and this motherfucker has cult followers. Like, there's motherfuckers that are like, hey, don't talk about Steve-O. Shut up my followers. So, and it's all because of the shit he does. So that's why we had this conversation like a week ago. I'm like, I will never question you on skits again. Like,
bro, my mom's in her mid-50s. We were just watching Steve-O shit before I came over here, laughing and shit. You know what I mean? Laughing her ass off, bro. But and I know, man, everybody y'all here, like, you know, you got Cliff, Steve-O, they make 30, 40, 50 grand a month in the car business. And I've watched them both do it. They really do. But, you know, you can't take away the fact that y'all two are genuinely, like, truly two of the hardest workers I've ever met, like, in this business. And in this business, there's a shit ton of hard workers. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta grind, bro.
But you can't make it without work.
Like, y'all have, like,
there's no
insane work.
There's no sitting around and saying, wait till a customer comes in.
No, bro. You have to grind like you want it more than anything in life. Like, you're gonna starve without it. I go to work sometimes and I won't eat until I sell a car. And 100%. I still do that. And I'm fucking 28, finna be 29 years old. I sit here and I starve myself, bro, until I sell a car. Literally. I'm not eating.
Shit. Yeah, his uncle, this some months back, right? And
Paul.
Yeah, I fucking like last week, I think it was like maybe last week of February or March, one of those. It was last week of the month. I made like $5 grand that week, right? Yeah. And fucking my problem, you know what I mean? Maybe the next week it kind of bled. I knew how much bread I made last week, kind of bled into it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm coasting a little bit.
Yeah.
I've seen.
Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Speaking of the devil.
Y'all motherfuckers will go out and make
we're shooting a podcast,
30 grand a month, and that next day on the first act like y'all never even made that money. And that's what's you know big about admiring both of y'all, bro. Because I've seen y'all do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up, bro.
That's the like kind of mindset you have to have. It's like, bro, you can't like count your money and then like feel that way. I know what you mean because I've hit some licks like that before, bro. I remember my biggest month in the car business, I made 47 grand, and then I remember after that I started joking, you know, with Jose Melendez. He was a used car director at the time.
Dog too.
I was like, hey, I ain't coming in for a little week. I'm gonna go catch. But now you got to catch yourself because that's
100%.
You know, success comes with consistency meets. What is it? What's the fucking saying? You know what I'm talking about. Consistency meets hard work.
Your uncle says that shit all the time.
The success comes when consistency meets hard work. There you go.
And so your biggest month in car business, you made 47
grand.
47 grand. What about you, Cliff?
Mine's like 44, 45.
Y'all motherfuckers are different. Yeah. I feel like my biggest month's a pretty big month.
And you know what's crazy? Like me and Felix were talking about this. We were at Lincoln. My biggest month was my biggest paycheck was at Lincoln. I made 45 grand off 31 cars. 31 cars.
45 grand?
44.8 before taxes.
Damn. Yeah, I think I sold like 44, 45. So that's
I sold that one. The first month you started at Honda, I sold almost 50 cars.
I remember.
Yeah. And I sell about 30 to 40 cars every month, but they're all half deals. So it's like 60 to 80 cars.
You split
month in and month out because I don't do test drives. I'm 400 pounds. Yeah. I can't fit in the Sentras. I can't fit in the Mustangs. I'm not fitting in the Challengers. So I'm sending people to go do the test drives and I'm locking the deal down, right? But I was selling 26 to 30 cars, making way more than I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. You were popping motherfuckers at that point.
My biggest month, I made like 29 grand, and that was off. I think it was like 19 and a half cars. But you got to think at that point, that
was Ron Carter.
Yeah, and then you know I never worked at Ron Carter, but I hear about the glory days all the time.
Yeah, bro, me too. Hey, actually, I would have acted a fool.
Yeah. We would have been making 70, 80 grand. Ron Carter was around like.
I was too young for that time. I couldn't work at that time.
I wasn't too young. I was just too hard. Like I would have went to jail because I heard about how they got down over there, like the grime and shit. I don't play that shit.
And I think so. Like for me too, it's like whenever Ron Carter like obviously closed down and stuff like that.
A lot of lives changed. A lot of that's how you found out you're good in the car business because the people that they all just went different ways.
Yeah.
And some of them lasted. Some of them
crashed and burned.
100%, bro. And like
Ron Carter was made for, but like still Hyundai right now, Big Star Hyundai is one of the best dealerships in Texas.
Well, because it's a self-propelled machine. It's got the location. You got cheap brand new cars. Like they got the formula for it. So obviously they just keep feeding that machine. But at that point when I was there, because they're probably doing 300 cars a month right now. At this point, bro,
they're doing like 400 plus.
Shit, they're just still putting up numbers. At this point, we're doing like 600-700, bro. And I remember, if you just showed up and came to hustle, like you was gonna make $1 grand that day, you know what I mean? But that was the biggest, because that's the first place I ever worked at in the car business, right? So
the environment's different though. Like you have to understand, you got to set the tone for the people. This is like real life Wolves of Wall Street.
100%
at a fucking dealership.
100%.
I'm talking about motherfuckers doing coke in the restrooms. Motherfuckers
100%.
Crazy shit going on all around. Motherfuckers getting smashed on test drives.
Fighting
over car deals.
Oh,
this was complete debauchery.
Rest in peace. I don't know if
it was a circus.
I don't know if you ever heard of Merchant. Rest in peace to him, bro.
Daniel Merchant.
Straight gangster, bro. And I remember when it was like, shit, I was probably a week in the car business and him and my boy PJ, they were getting into it over a car deal. Real life fitness scrap. Two bulls Paul Jones.
He works at Honda now.
Yeah. Finna real life getting a scrap on the showroom floor. Nigga this, nigga that, come outside, and then like maybe an hour later, I see them eat lunch together in the break room and shit. And I'm just like, damn, this what the fuck's going on?
That's the car business.
Like, yeah, bro.
That's so funny.
That shit's crazy. And I remember, like I said, bro, everybody was wearing a suit and shit. And that's the first place I had ever worked at. And it was like, but obviously, bro, we all know every dealership ain't like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're gonna go in. Some of them
I kind of hate the dealerships like that. I'm not gonna lie.
Some of them are straight.
Me too. I'm pretty toxic. I ain't gonna lie.
Some of them are straight country clubs, though, bro. We go into some of these dealerships on 45 right now. They see us walk in, they're gonna be like, they just know us.
Yeah.
You know. And
you've interviewed at places like that, and they didn't fuck with us because they got the vibe.
Literally, bro. Me and Steve in a couple places, they're just like, nah, it's gonna be trouble. Swear to God, bro. Yeah. Me and Steve worked for this guy, Jacob, one time, right? And, bro, no bullshit. His best friend was our manager, right? He was trash though, bro.
Garbage.
Steve hit me up one night. Was like, bro, I went off on this motherfucker. I'm out this bitch. You know, pretty much telling me he sucked. He's lazy. Ain't worth the fuck. Yada yada. Next day, I tell Jacob, and like pretty much me and Steve are bouncing, you know, like, and we're the only two people who would bring our own people in there, right? So it's free car deals for them, bro. He's like, man, talk to Steve. Why y'all leaving? His boy is in the room with him, and I said, bro, he is hot dog water. Pointed at his homeboy, said he is hot dog water, bro. He's gonna be the reason this dealership does not get it to where the fuck you need it to go. Swear to God, bro, a couple weeks ago, he hit me up, seeing what me and Steve were doing. Like, same dude, hit me up, seeing what me and him were up to. We want to come sell cars for him and shit like that. So it's like, you know, just straight up.
So what is the craziest customer experience that you guys have had?
Oh, shit. So one time, this is a crazy story. One time we sold this Hellcat. It had 80,000 miles. It was the cheapest Hellcat in the city. It was like 36 grand, 30. And I told the dude was paying cash. I told the dude, finance or warranty. We will get you approved. Finance. I ain't buying no warranty. My dog builds these. 2 months later, that bitch blew up.
Oh shit.
And he got YouTube videos doing things. So he came up there and he pulls out a gun, starts threatening. And you know me, I'm still in the knucklehead stage. This was at Strawberry.
Yeah.
And Ryan will tell you about this. The dude's like, I whip everybody in here. I'm like, you whip who? Who's everybody? Like, what are you talking about? Hey, Ryan's like, go outside. I'm like, when he starts seeing, I called because he pulled out a gun. He's like, I got something for y'all. Put out a gun. I called my cousin, my brother. Shout out Cortland and Trey. They pulled up with the strap. I said, hey, I'll catch a fair fader. We all got. You're not the only one with the gun.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not fighting your big ass. Got in the car and took off. Bitch ass motherfucker.
Yeah, I got a gun pulled out on me too. At Texas Auto, actually. I got a guy in from Louisiana on a 370Z. He was a 400 Beacon, right? So I got the guy approved from, like, this was like a fucking Hail Mary, bro. You have no idea. I don't even know how I got it done. We got him approved, comes out to the store. We work the deal out, goes through finance, signs up, everything. Last minute, the GM comes up to me. He's like, hey, Steve-O. So this wasn't even my deal. I was on the desk at the time. I'm just the one who got it approved. So he comes up to me, but it was my customer. He came off of Instagram. So sorry, bro, if you're watching this. But anyway, actually, fuck you. You pulled out a gun on me.
I even the name and everything that had
the GM comes up to me. He's like, hey, Steve-O, you got to go out there and tell him that he can't take delivery of the car because he's from Louisiana. And Louisiana, if you don't know, this is a no repo state. So to get a car back, you have to go through civil court proceedings, which means you can't, if you're a repo man, you can't just go hook up and take that motherfucker. So the deal has to be funded before the customer takes delivery of the vehicle, which means the dealership has to get their money from the bank that's loaning the customer the money before they take it home, right? So anyway, I'm like, are you kidding me? This dude just drove fucking 5 hours to get to the dealership, and I gotta go tell this, hey, he's a big, swole car diesel motherfucker from Louisiana, bro. Yeah. So I'm like, I already know something's finna go down.
Bullshit.
So I go out there and I'm like, hey, bro, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to get a hotel or something, stay out here for the weekend till like Monday or whatever. I'm over here scratching my head. He's like, what you talking about Monday? What you mean? I told you I gotta get back to work, yada yada yada. And then he was like, nah, you got me fucked up. And he started screaming in front of all my other customers and saying, Steve-O, you a scammer, this and that. And I'm like, bro, watch out with that S word and not in the dealership. You can't say that here. You gotta get the fuck out. 100%. So anyway, I told him get the fuck out. And he kept talking shit. So I'm like, all right, bro, what's up? Let's go out. So I took my shirt off and I started following him outside. He's like, nah, I got something for you. So he runs to his car, he grabs the strap, and he starts running up to the door, and everybody keeps telling me, get back. The GM grabs me, I'm like, nah, he ain't gonna blow, he pussy. I swear to God, if I'm lying, I'm dying. I promise you. I got multiple people that attest to that. But anyway, Your crazy story.
Y'all, so I ain't get a gun put out on me like y'all, but shit, it's happened. It's been close. Actually, bro, I was just telling my girl about this a couple nights ago. So obviously, you already know on social media, good credit. Well, you know, everybody has their own slogan. My shit was good credit, bad credit, no credit, don't sweat it. You know, just come pull up.
I like that.
I'm gonna figure it out. So, bro, I get this guy, and he drives like 45 minutes. I went to school with him when we were kids, right? He moved away in like 7th grade. You know, back in school, bro, I was pretty scrappy, but I don't think I got like that maybe till like middle school or so. So he had already moved away and shit. You know what I mean? He probably knew like little kid baseball AG. So he comes to see me. We ain't seen each other in a long time, but I'm working him, right? Co-signer after co-signer. I think he only brought like 500 down. You know what I mean? It ain't no good credit. So it was hard, right? It was a tough car deal. Especially at Grant Cardone at the time, bro. We couldn't get you hung, bro. Some shit was just fucked up, right?
Yeah.
So he starts kind of like, he's getting irritated. He's just like, man, you over here on Instagram, Facebook saying no credit, bad credit, don't sweat it, just pull up, man. You ain't on shit, nigga, yada yada. So I'm being cool, professional at the time, right? And I'm like, nah, bro. I'm like, man, just give me a little bit more time. I'm trying to make it work with your grandma, your aunt, everybody, right? And so finally, his name's Blake Wardlow, right? Finally, this nigga's like,
Blake Wardlow, skinny black dude.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. What the fuck?
So he goes, nah, fuck that, nigga. You a hoe. He throws a pen at me, right? Threw my pen at me, fam.
My brother actually knows him. Blake Wardlow knows Blake.
Threw my pen at me. And at this point, he's got his girl with him, so I'm thinking he's trying to like pull my card in front of his girl, right? So, bro, we got like 50 salesmen on the floor. It's a Saturday. It's packed in this bitch. I swear to God, everything I love, bro. This car shows on the end of that'll test, like, tell me I was right there. I watched it. Bro, I got out of my fucking chair. I looked at him and I said, hey, homeboy, I've been cool. I said, you got the wrong fucking white boy. Bring your bitch ass outside. I'm finna beat your bitch ass up, nigga. He looked at me like a deer in headlights, bro. Like he was not talking like that just now. I took off my jacket and said, bring your bitch ass outside right now. I'm loud on the showroom floor.
When you had got into it with the manager, no names. When you had got into the manager at Honda, I was telling Aiden, because Aiden called me, free my boy Aiden.
Yeah, free Aiden, man.
He's like, I said, bro, I was telling him the story. He's like, bro, that's not the Adrian I knew. I was like, shit, that's the only Adrian I know. So that's what motherfucker is,
bro. Hey, I got on his ass, right? So this is no bullshit. He ends up leaving. At this point, I had a couple homies. I think Brandon. I forgot who else it was. Pretty much like, bro, yeah, you got to get up out of here. You got to go. So bro's in the front with his girl, right? I cannot make this up. See, he's with his girl in the front. He's calling, I guess, looking, waiting on his ride. Fam, she comes back walking in there. I'm sitting there minding my business. She comes walking up with the paper with her number on it. Walks up and was like, hey, look, like, no, I swear to God. Hey, he's like, hey, I know he was tripping, he was embarrassing, you know, but like, man, you've been really, really nice. Like, bro, she's like, you were cute, you know, like, I'm gonna need a car soon. Here's my number. Like, you can always reach out to me. Swear to God, bro. Swear to God. So, couldn't get him in the car.
Bro, you name dropped him and told him,
Oh my God.
No crap, this some real shit, bro.
I love it.
So it's like, bro, that was my craziest story in the car business, I can say. And I've had some shit happen. You know what I mean?
Funny.
But
I can write a Harry Potter.
I got some wild ones too, man. I'm gonna say one more just because I want to call this little bitch ass out. One more for the one time, So anyway, I went to an interview, bro, and my girl was with me, bro. She'll even attest to this. This shit was funny.
I'm done with this one. I know.
I gotta do it. Cause fuck you. You told me. So anyway, I go to a job interview, right? It's from an old. Basically, I've known this guy through my family. He's known me since I was like 10 years old. He's like an uncle to me. We're not gonna say his name, but anyway, I went to an interview at this dealership, and just so happens one of my ops was there at the exact same time. And y'all are probably confused, like, how does Steve-O have ops? Well, once upon a time, Steve-O wasn't always selling cars, let's say that. So this set up, told on Steve-O, and I seen him at this job interview, and it was so funny, bro. I swear to God, because I was walking around the dealership. I was walking around the dealership I'm walking with the general manager of the dealer, right? So this guy makes 50 to 80 grand a month. I mean, on a bad month, right? Type shit. So anyway, we're walking around the dealer, and we come to the service department, and I see somebody outside. I'm like, I already knew, bro. I was like, how the fuck is he here at this? So I open the door, showing up, it's him. So I walk up to him, and I'm like, what the? And then he has the audacity, bro, to be like, oh, what the fuck are you doing here? Yada yada. He starts turning up on me. So he puts his finger in my face, and I was like, oh, boom. Wow, 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 just took off on him, bro. I swear to God, he's a big dude. Brendan, you're a little bitch. But he's a big ass dude. He's like fucking 6 foot.
That's
6 foot.
6'1",
Anyway,
heavy
punched him a few times. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. I literally knocked his ass out, stomped him out in the middle of the showroom, and then I walked off.
Safe to say you didn't get the job.
I didn't get the job. I didn't get the job.
I didn't get the job.
So y'all wonder why I hop around dealerships so much.
But most general managers, even if they watched Steve pound him out, they would have told him, "Hey, you got to get up."